So I have read almost every single one of Ali Hazelwood's books that has been published to date, with the exception of her one audiobook, and I'm currently reading Problematic Summer Romance. So taking those off the table, I wanted to rank for you the rest of her books. In last place for me is going to be Check and Mate. I genuinely believe, and no offense, Miss Ali Hazelwood, if you have a passion for this book, I feel like someone forced her to write this book. Then I would put Deep End, which am going to be completely honest, I did not really like. I want Ali Hazelwood to be able to explore other realms, and we'll get to in a second that I think she's done that well. But babe, don't give me a sports romance. I did not come to you for a sports romance. Then I will do Bride, which I would say this book are books that I actually really enjoyed of Ali's. This book I did enjoy. I will say that it does get a little bit in the weeds to me, and I feel like sometimes Ali Hazelwood in her more recent books has felt like she's introducing characters towards the end to set up a series or a potential spinoff, and I'm not really interested in reading Mate, if I'm being completely honest, but I did think that Bride was proof that someone who is known for doing one thing, specifically STEM, science-based romances, could do fantasy really, really well and make a really entertaining book. We have Love on the Brain, which I do love. However, I just feel like this book was very quickly put out after the Love Hypothesis success. Then Not in Love. This is where I get kind of tricky because this and the next book I kind of could change in and out. But I loved this book. When I initially saw the cover and it came out so quickly after, I believe, Check and Mate, I was skeptical. This ended up being one of my favorites of hers. I just think their relationship, they had trauma, but I think it was well developed versus the way it was in Deep End. And Love Theoretically, which did for a while make a very good play for the top spot of Ali Hazelwood books for me, just because I think that this is probably the most healthy relationship dynamic and the most quote-unquote romantic of them, because it's not relying too heavily on tropes. There is really great science, and there's a fascinating essay in this book that Ali Hazelwood included about the difference between the two camps of physicists, and I thought that was fascinating. And then, absolutely my number one will always be The Love Hypothesis. The fact alone that this is a Raylo fanfic is what got me in the beginning, or was based on Ali Hazelwood's previous Raylo fanfics. But the fake dating trope in this is done in such a perfect, beautiful way. And this book to me is unmarred by any of her future success. It has the tightest plot, I think. This book definitely changed my life, made me a romance girly. And for that, I'm always gonna be really grateful. But I genuinely just feel like these characters are these characters and how well they're written and how well this story is developed really are the basis for all of the rest of these books.